Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. May God bless you. I'm going to testify to glorify the name of my Heavenly Father. Some time ago, the Lord in prophecy said to one of my biological sisters to pray fervently for a close relative because they were on the brink of death, but He would glorify Himself and would protect their life. He also said to my 14-year-old niece that a loved one would suffer an accident, and He told her to pray fervently for that person because He was going to be glorifying Himself in this situation. He also said to one of my other biological sisters that He would bring a relative back from the dead. After some time, I had an accident on July 20th, 2024. I left work around 10 p.m. and I started walking to the bus stop to return home. I only remember an impact, and I awoke in a clinic at 1:26 a.m. After having been resuscitated twice, I didn't remember any details from the accident. When I awoke, I was told that a car, a Ram 1500, had hit me, known in Latin America as a truck. I had been run over and the driver fled the scene. I was in the ICU between 8 to 10 days, then was transferred to intermediate care. My family lives in Colombia. I spoke to them through a video call, but I didn't recognize my mother or my sisters. The doctor said that given the condition I was in, it was going to be difficult for me to survive. I had a laceration in the liver, a fracture of the sternum, a type of fracture, they said, that one generally does not survive. The doctors were shocked at how I was still alive. Additionally, I suffered ruptures of both the anterior and posterior ligaments of my left knee. Due to this, my knee was severely damaged. I had to undergo surgery to reconstruct the ligaments. I could not kneel down. I prayed to God laying down. I would pray to God for my health. I did everything while I was laying down or sitting. One day, I told God that I wanted to be able to kneel again and asked Him to help me because He was the only one who knew everything that I wanted to do. One day, I decided to kneel down. I knelt down, I prayed to God, and since then, I never again felt any pain in my knee when I knelt, and from that moment on, I continued to kneel. I left the clinic against all odds. It was very difficult. I had to start physical therapy, even though the pain in my knee was unbearable. The doctors insisted that I had to get up, first with a wheelchair, then moving to a walker, then with crutches, and today I'm standing with a cane. But I'm alive, giving testimony of my Heavenly Father's greatness, who brought me back from the dead. Approximately 7 months ago, I underwent an MRI to assess my ligaments and schedule reconstructive surgery. To the doctor's surprise, the ligaments had already been reconstructed. The doctors asked me what had happened. I replied, I have the best doctor in the world, God, my Heavenly Father. Now I only undergo periodic checkups, and I'm working with physical therapists to fully regain my mobility. With faith, I will soon put aside my cane and walk again, just as I always had. I testify this to glorify and exalt the name of our Heavenly Father.
I want to testify to exalt and glorify the name of our beloved Heavenly Father. The Lord, in one of His first prophecies, told me that He will perform a miracle in my life of such magnitude that it will be a testimony, and many will come to know of His greatness through that testimony. The second time I attended church, I felt in my heart a desire to close my eyes in prayer. And I said, Lord, You're the only one who can work a miracle in the organs of my body that need to be healed, so that I can fulfill the greatest desire that my heart has always had, and is to become a mother. And brothers and sisters, after a few weeks, very few really, about 4 weeks, I had a dream and I see myself fulfilling my role as a mother. And the Lord allows me to see the features of my daughter. I see that she has dark hair, and beautiful eyes. I got up absolutely amazed. After a few months, approximately 5 or 6 months, I went to the doctors because I had a dislocated shoulder. And the doctor said to me, is there anything else you want to ask me about? And I said, I've been feeling nauseous after eating. and she asked me if I was at risk of pregnancy, and I told her no, because I had been diagnosed as infertile since I was 26. Due to a pituitary deficiency, I do not ovulate. I lost my reproductive cycles at that age, and I have never been pregnant. She told me to rule it out, she had to order the tests. So it was, brothers and sisters, when I received the positive result, I realized that the Lord had worked in my life in a very marvelous way. For the first time in my life, I was pregnant. However, it was a high-risk pregnancy because I was diagnosed with several medical conditions: gestational diabetes, risk of preeclampsia, and iron deficiency. But the Lord was always with me. He never let go of my hand. Whenever I felt overwhelmed with fear, I would pray to the Lord and I would say, Lord, this is the blessing. This is the greatest blessing, and I want to protect it. And the Lord will tell me in prophecy many times, I am the one working in your life. Do not be afraid. I'm with you. And brothers and sisters, in August, the Lord allowed me to receive this precious gift, my daughter, alongside my husband. And I testify to glorify his name.
I'd like to testify to exalt the name of my Heavenly Father. Brothers and sisters, since I was a teenager, I had a severe case of acne. There were always spots and scars on my face. In prophecy, the Lord told me He'd be giving me dreams, and through them, He would deliver and guide me, that I should pay attention to the dreams. And brothers and sisters, 2 weeks ago, I had a dream. I was walking down the street, an ambulance approached me, and a paramedic approached me. That person gave me some medicine and said that if I was disciplined and diligent and took the medicine, that the acne would disappear and never return. I would never have bumps caused by acne again. At that moment, I took the medicine and woke up from the dream. Brothers and sisters, to glorify the Lord, that day when I woke up, I looked at my face and the acne had disappeared. My skin had changed and was radiant. There were no more spots and scars. I testify to give honor and glory to the Lord.